Good morning. Welcome to my gentle yoga class. I hope you're doing well and I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining me. We'll go ahead and get started. So find a comfortable seat for yourself as we take a moment to get centered and settled and start to turn our attention inward. So make sure you're in a comfortable seat, whether it's on the floor or even in a chair, that you feel free in your spine and you'll be able to sit comfortably for several minutes. And then go ahead and close your eyes and start to turn your attention towards your breath. So bringing your awareness to your breath and beginning to use your senses to fully experience your breath. Each inhale and each exhale, and even the pauses in between. Deepening the breath, slowing it down. Noticing the quality of your breath this morning. How it feels. How it sounds. Notice how your body feels as it draws the breath in and out. And see if you can more deeply connect to that symbiotic relationship between the breath and the body. The body organically expands, making space for each inhale. And as you exhale, the body contracts, helping to press the breath out. The same muscles we use to breathe, we use to move, especially around the spine. So when we practice yoga, being aware of the breath and even just letting the breath be, letting the breath support us in the movement is where we find that balancing between effort and ease, where we can let the breath enhance the structural and energetic effects of the practice. Just enjoying that awareness of yourself in this present moment. That spaciousness of lack of thoughts and worries about the past and the future. That all that matters is right here and right now. So take a moment now to choose an intention for yourself. So usually what comes to mind first is a great choice, something that we didn't overthink, usually a heart's desire. So without judging it, just choose it, repeat it to yourself, bringing it more into your consciousness. This helps to make this practice personally relevant to you. And then bring your hands together in front of your heart. And we'll take Om together. So let's take a preparatory breath first. So a nice big full breath in. And then exhale out. And then an inhale into Om. Lowering your hands, opening your eyes. We're going to start the practice on our hands and knees. I am just quickly going to adjust the sound because I just realized that it's my phone and not my computer. So what I'd love for you to do is come onto your hands and knees and make sure your knees, there we go, are under your hips. Sorry about that, but I think you'll appreciate that it's better sound quality now. So knees are under hips, wrists are under shoulders, spine is neutral. We're going to slowly move into the full expression of this pose. So on your inhale, think about lifting your head and chest as you breathe and the spine lengthens and the rib cage expands. And then on your exhale, start by tucking the tailbone under, then begin to move the hips back towards the heels, but just go back about a third of the way. You're not quite going to go into child's pose yet. Bending the elbows, letting the head begin to relax, and then inhale, come back up to hands and knees, lengthening through the spine to lift the head and chest. So I'm leaving my hips over my knees, not coming forward like some people tend to do this way. You get the stretch into the front of the body. Exhale, rounding into the back, dropping the hips back about a third of the way towards your child pose. Inhale, come back up to hands and knees, lifting the head and chest again. You can pull back a little bit with the heels of the hands. That will enhance the stretch. Exhale, rounding into the back, bring the hips back towards the heels, and this time come about 2/3 of the way into the full expression of child's pose. Almost, but not quite, and then as you inhale, flowing forward again. Lifting your head and chest, stretching through your front. And exhale back into child pose, step 2/3 of the way. So not quite all the way yet. That will be for the next breath. So again, letting yourself move with the breath. The breath is the origin of movement. Lifting the head and chest, stretch your front. Exhale back into child pose. All the way. Forehead comes to the floor, the elbows come to the floor, and then inhale, come back up. Hands and knees. Lifting the head and chest. Feel the front of the spine open, and then exhale, we'll go back again, fully into child pose. So go back as far as you can, being aware and mindful of your range of motion. Inhale back up. Okay, so now I'd like you to lengthen your legs long and come to the front of your body. So your elbows are bent and your palms are down by your rib cage. Bring your forehead to the floor. Your feet are about hip distance apart. Right, and I want you to think about lifting the head and chest just as you just did. Again, following the breath and letting the action of the breath lengthen the spine and expand the rib cage. So inhaling, lifting. Again, you can pull back with the heels of the hands. using your back and not your arms. Exhale, begin to draw your lower abdominal muscles in and lower the head and chest back down. Forehead comes to the floor. We're going to do that 2 more times. So follow your breath pace. So you're finishing the movement at the top of your inhale. And then you're exhaling and lowering back down. Engage the lower abdominal muscles. That helps to release the low back. If you're feeling some strain here, don't lift up quite so high. See if focusing more on lengthening versus height helps reduce that. Okay, so after you've taken 3 full breaths there, I want you to take a free breath, just relaxing with your full body on the floor, forehead is on the floor. And now we're going to go up and progressively stay up for more breaths. Okay, so on your this next inhale, I'd like you to again lengthen through the spine, lift the head and the chest. And the chin can lift slightly, but you don't want to try and get more height by lifting the chin. You want to let the body follow its natural curve. And so we're going to stay here on the exhale. So just begin to exhale. Continue that effort of drawing the belly in. Feel the low back, get a little space. And then inhale, see if you can find more length. And now we'll exhale back down. So drawing the belly in, lowering down. Again, head comes to the floor at the end of the exhale, so move at that pace. Now we'll go up and stay up for 2 breaths. Inhale to lengthen. You want to keep drawing your shoulder blades and elbows towards each other. Exhale here, and even on your exhales, you're drawing your belly in, you could slightly tuck your chin. Right, so work at the natural organic movement of the body to restabilize by contracting. And then inhale, lengthen. Maybe the chin and the head lift a little bit more. We're going to stay here again. So exhaling, draw the belly in, slightly tuck the chin, and then releasing that to slowly lengthen and expand and inhale. Draw the belly in, and as you exhale, we'll lower the head and the chest down. Keep the elbows drawing towards each other. Take a breath here. Relax the seat muscles in the low back. Now we're going to go up and stay up for 3 breaths. So as you inhale, lengthening through the spine, lifting your head and chest. Stay here, exhale, contracting, stabilizing, and then on your inhale, starting to release that. And again, stabilizing and contracting on the exhale. Again, inhaling, lengthening and expanding. We'll stay here one more time. Exhale, contract and stabilize. And then inhale one last time. Lengthening and expanding. And this time as you exhale, begin to draw the belly in and lower the head and the chest all the way down to the floor. Take a free breath. Notice how your body feels. Notice how your breath feels. When you're ready, press into your hands and lift yourself back up to your hands and knees. Draw your knees under your hips. Wrists under shoulders, fingers are spread and pressing down into the mat. Pinky, thumb, index finger, ring finger, middle finger, all pressing down. Okay, so we're going to come back to the first pose that we did because it's a beautiful counter pose for that back bending. So on your inhale, just as we were just doing, lifting your head and chest, working with lengthening of the spine. Exhale, round into your back as you begin to drop your hips back towards your heels, bending your elbows and bringing your forehead to the floor. And we'll do 5 more breaths like that. I'd like you to go at your breath pace, maybe even closing your eyes as you do. See if you can find that natural synchronization of the breath and the movement. Thinking about the breath as an envelope around the movement. So remember the elbows bend and the head drops so the chin tucks in slightly to fully maximize the rounding of the back. The spine moving. The back side, the posterior side of the spine, getting some space. So let your breath pace, but slowly enough that you can begin to notice that sense of space, and stabilizing and shape-shifting of the spine and your torso. When you finish that 6th breath, just take a resting breath in child pose. And then on your next inhale, come all the way back up, lifting the head and the chest, stretching through the front. Pause at the top of the inhale, tuck your toes underneath, and exhale, lift the hips up and back, pressing into the hands to press the hips back. Finding downward dog pose. Have a little bit of bend in the knees. On your inhale, draw your shoulders forward over your hands, bring your knees down to the floor, untuck your toes. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Keep those elbows in close to the sides of your body. On your inhale, lengthening through the spine, lift up through the crown of the head, cobra pose. Exhale, pressing back into child pose. We'll do that again. Inhale, come up to your hands and knees, lift your head and chest, stretch through your front, pausing at the top of the inhale to tuck the toes under. Exhale, press into the hands and lift the hips up and back into your downward dog. This time, I'd like you to gently walk your feet towards your hands. When your weight is in your legs and your feet, surrender your shoulders and head towards the floor. Let them hang. Let the spine get a nice stretch from hanging off the hips. Go ahead and gently shake your head no and nod your head yes. Bring your hands to the backs of your legs. So we're going to come up to standing, and I want to go through this a little more slowly. So if you need to take an extra breath, go ahead, but I want to describe a safe way to bring yourself up to standing. So what you will do is lift your head and chest, right? You still have your weight all in your legs, but you're creating a flatness in your back. So this is going to be one inhale up. Right, so inhale, lift the head and chest. You're drawing the shoulders away and the shoulders towards each other. And now I am engaging my legs and I'm pressing up through my legs to come to standing. Okay. So now we'll do a little balancing. We're going to come back to that forward folding too, so you'll get more time to practice that. Feet are hip distance apart. On your inhale, let's just do this with flat feet on the floor. So on your inhale, take your arms out to your side and up and over your head. Feel that nice stretch and the lifting of the rib cage away from the pelvis. And exhale, the arms float down at the pace of the exhale. The belly is engaging. Inhale the arms back up. Feel the energy of the upper body lift as the energy of the lower body drops down to balance that Stretch, exhale, draw the belly in, lower the arms down. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale the arms out and lift them up and over your head. And then exhale your arms down. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll add lifting the heels up as we do that same movement. So on your in, we're going to move with the pace of the breath. So on your inhale, the arms start to lift and the heels start to lift. And then exhale, move at the pace of the breath, the heels lower and the arms lower. So to help you with this, fix your gaze on the floor in front of you as we do this again. Inhale, lifting the arms up as you lift your heels. Right, fix the gaze, engage the lower belly to stabilize at the core. One more time like that. Inhale the arms up and the heels up at the pace of the breath. The other thing to do is as you are on your toes, press down through that big toe mound. Give yourself as much surface area as possible. Okay, now we're going to do a variation of that. So we'll build on that, and I actually think this will feel easier for you. So on your inhale again, coming up onto your tiptoes, lifting the heels, lifting the arms up. This time as you exhale, I want you to just exhale halfway down. So the arms come down halfway and the heels lower only a few inches, not all the way down. And then inhale back up. Practice pressing down through the big toe mound. So you're using the space, the connection to the floor across the foot. Inhale back up. We'll do that one more time. Exhale down halfway. And then inhale back up. And now exhale all the way down. Okay, if you feel tension in your body, feel free to move it freely to just kind of let that go. So now what we'll do is we're going to go up and stay up for 3 breaths, right? So another thing that can be helpful is to really spread the toes. Again, you're going to give yourself as much surface area as possible to balance on. Okay, and you're going to let your feet help you, the full, breadth of your feet. That soles of the feet feel the contact on the floor. All right, when you're ready to take your next inhale, arms come out to the side and up and over your head, lift your heels. So I want you to interlace your fingers and flip the palms up. And then you're going to stay here and exhale, but as you exhale, same thing, follow the pattern of the breath, engage the belly, soften around the shoulders and the elbows. Inhale, let go of that engagement in the belly and lift up. Exhale, stabilize. Inhale, lengthen. One more time, staying here. Exhale, stabilize. So we draw inward. And then inhale again one last time. Releasing the hands on your exhale, slowly lower the arms and the heels all the way down. And again, if you need to move the body just to let go of some tension from that, go ahead and do that. And now we're going to come back to forward folding. So feet are hip distance apart. Hands come to the hips, the backs of the hips, so the palms are against the body, the fingers and the thumb are pointing down towards the floor. Looking forward on your inhale, standing here, feel the spine lengthen and the rib cage expand. Exhale, drawing the belly in, folding forward, hands run down the backs of the legs, knees bend slightly so the belly and the thighs come towards each other. At the bottom of the exhale, let the head relax. Inhale, remember, lift the head and the chest, and then press into the legs, stand up. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, fold. So the hands run up and down the backs of the legs as part of the movements. Inhale, lift the head and the chest, and then press into the legs to come up. Last one. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift the head and chest, press into the legs, come up. Okay, so now we'll see what it feels like to add the arms in. So when we add the arms in, we're really bringing our weight very far forward, and it can be a lot of work for the low back. If it feels like too much, then just come back to practicing this, right? So it's better to build your strength safely than to hurt yourself. I know I'm stating the obvious, but I think it's helpful because sometimes people want to do what they think is the right pose, and that's different for everybody, right? So we use the pose to go into our body. We don't use the body to go into a pose, ideally. Okay, here we go. I'm going to cue for the arms though. So inhale the arms up and overhead unless you're keeping them on your hips. Exhale, fold forward, same thing. We're hinging at the hips, the knees are bending slightly, belly and thighs coming towards each other. Inhale, the arms reach out. So this is the same action of lifting the head and chest and then pressing into the legs to come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach out the arms, press into the legs, come all the way up. Exhale, fold. We're going to do it one more time like that. Inhale, the arms reach out, press into your legs. Use your legs. Exhale, the arms down. Okay, so now we're going to build on that. On your inhale, raise your arms up and over your head. Exhale, fold forward, but just halfway. So you're going to come to that point where it feels like your upper body and lower body are at a right angle, and then inhale back up. So use your legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back up. Exhale, fold. Stay here and inhale. See if you can lengthen the arms and the spine. Exhale here. Draw the belly in. Stabilize and contract. Inhale, reach the arms out, press into the legs, come up. Exhale, forward fold halfway. Inhale to lengthen right here. Reaching the arms out, lengthening through the crown of your head. Exhale, contracting and stabilizing. Feel those strong legs on the floor. Inhale here. Exhale to stabilize. And if you're not using your arms, you're just going to be right here or here. And inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale your arms down. Okay, take a breath here. Take any movement that you need to let go of tension. We're going to do one more variation. On your inhale, raise your arms up and over your head. Exhale, fold forward halfway. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. Reaching the arms out this time. As you exhale, bend your elbows and draw them down by your rib cage. Your chest comes forward. Inhale, reach your arms forward, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bend your elbows, draw them back towards the rib cage. Inhale to lengthen. One more time. Exhale, bend the elbows, draw them back by the rib cage. Inhale, lengthen, lengthen. Feel even a stretch in the low back. Exhale, forward fold all the way. Let the head relax, let the shoulders relax.
Feel the stretch into the spine. We're going to stay here for 2 more breaths. Notice even how, as we stay, the spine moves with the breath. So even as you inhale, you might feel the body move away from the legs, and then as you exhale, stabilizing, folding in. Bring the hands to the backs of the legs. Inhale, lift the head and chest, and then press all the way up to standing.
Ooh, nice work. Okay. So let's do a little bit of folding and twisting. So you might want a book or a block. And the way to determine if it feels helpful for you is you'll take we're going to work with our legs spread wide, and we'll be bringing our hands out in front of us here. So if you can come to the floor and still feel like you have an ability to flatten the back versus if I fold forward, I have to stay in a rounded position, then you might want to get a block, right? And so if if you don't have a block at home, obviously you might not, a big book, okay? Something that will give you a little height. Or even like a small garbage can that you could flip over, something like that. And what you'll do is you'll place it a couple feet in front of you, but right in the center between your legs. So I'm going to move this way so you can see from this angle. So taking your feet wide, your feet are parallel to each other. They're not turned out, right? So, and then I want you to think about these legs and these hips staying where they are. So we're going to work with twisting the upper body as we're folded forward and giving ourselves some lateral stretches. It's called reverse triangle, Trikonasana. Okay. Arms are down by your sides. When you're ready to take your next inhale, raise the arms out to the sides. And then exhale, you're going to fold forward, taking your right hand down to the block and your left hand is reaching up towards the ceiling. Remember, your legs and hips are relatively fixed and you can have a little bend in the knees. Inhale, stand back up. Now we'll switch sides. Exhale, the left hand comes down to the floor or to your prop. Right hand is reaching up towards the ceiling. Inhale, stand back up. Again, with the right hand, exhale down. And then inhale back up. And exhale, this time the left hand comes down. And inhale back up. Okay, now we're going to go down and stay down. So exhale, take that right hand down, the left hand is up. I want you to take a moment and a breath here to really get solidly grounded into your legs and your hips are fixed. Think about twisting the torso, not the shoulders. Sometimes we'll crank back with the shoulders. Use your full upper body. On your next inhale, what I want you to do is take your left arm over your head and reach it ahead of you as you look up at the palm of that hand. Exhale, take the hand back, sweep it back behind you, let that help twist your torso. And then inhale, reach the arm forward again, keeping that twist in the torso. Remember, hips and knees and legs are fixed. Exhale, sweep the arm back. You're going to look down as you're sweeping the arm back. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arm forward. Nice stretch on that left side. Exhale, take the arm back and look down. Now I want you to stand up. So inhale, back up, arms are out to the side. Exhale, the arms down. Take a breath here. That was work. So just let yourself let go of some of the tension. Let yourself feel into how that felt for you. And now we'll do the other side. So inhale, the arms up. Exhale, the left hand comes down, the right hand is reaching up. Fix the hips and the legs. not blocking, right? So you still want to have give in the knees. We're not blocking them. We're just kind of keeping them in place. They're being our stabilizers, right? And so then when you're ready to take your next inhale, this right arm lifts up and over your head and reaches ahead of you as you look at the palm of the hand. Exhale, sweep that arm back, twisting the torso, look down. So these are very subtle movements. They're not long, and we're using the breath. Inhale, everything lengthens and expands. The spine gets long, so we create space. And then exhale, that space can help us twist as we draw the arm back, twisting the torso. One more time, inhale, reach that arm forward, look up at the palm of that hand. Exhale, twisting the torso as that arm sweeps back, look down. Now we're gonna stand up, so press into the legs, inhale back up, arms out to the side. Exhale the arms down. Great. Bring your, oh, actually keep your legs wide. I forgot I wanted to do this. Okay, so just take a breath, come back to a little bit of more of a neutral place. We've got a little heat building, either that or I'm having a hot flash, which is perfectly possible too. Okay, so you remember when we did the forward folding where we had our hands on the backs of our hips? That's what I'd like you to do now. And I might turn this way just to help you sort of have a visual around spinal action. So we're going to do the same thing we did before, looking forward, take a nice full breath in. And then exhale, folding forward, running the hands down the backs of the legs, the head relaxes down. Inhale, lift up halfway, so flattening the back, lifting yourself up, use your legs. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come up all the way. So press into your legs, coming up. So we're going to do that pose 3 more times. Exhale, fold, draw the belly in, stabilize. Fold forward. Bend the knees as you need to. Inhale, lift up halfway. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold, drawing the belly in. Inhale, lift the head and chest first, and then press into the legs to come all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your head, press into your legs, come all the way up. Exhale, fold, all the way down. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. So feel the dynamic movement of the spine even as we're still. See if it helps you find a deeper forward fold. When you're ready to take your next inhale, you'll lift your head and chest and press into your legs, stand all the way up. And now heel toe your feet together, stepping them together, coming to hip distance apart. Closing your eyes, relaxing here in a standing position. Let's just be in our bodies right here. Take a moment to catch our breath. Notice how it all feels. Find that sense of being grounded and stable. We have one more standing pose that we'll do, and then we'll go back down to the floor. Feet are hip distance apart. On your inhale, bring your arms up and over your head. As you exhale, sit down in your seat. So as if you're sitting in a chair, bringing your hips towards knee level. Once you're in your seat, round your back, bring your arms down and let your head relax down. Pause at the end of the exhale. Inhale, reach the arms out so the head and chest lift, and then you're pressing all the way up. So it's one exhale down and one inhale up. Exhale, sit down in your seat. So go where you can go, dropping the hips down, then round the back, the arms come down towards the floor and the head relaxes down. Inhale, reaching the arms out, lifting the head and chest, press into the legs to come all the way up. We'll do that one more time. Exhale, sit down. Round the back, arms down, head down. Inhale the arms back up. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bring your palms to the floor and step your feet back, coming into a downward dog pose. Inhale, bring the knees to the floor. Pad under those knees if you need to. Lift the head and chest and stretch the front. Exhale, back into a child pose. Take 2 breaths here. Okay, bring yourself to standing on your knees. And this might be a pose where you need some support under your knees if you have any sensitivity there. And you'll stand on your knees and relax your arms down by your sides. On your inhale, sweep your arms out to the side and up and over your head. The palms come to face each other. Exhale, fold forward, sweeping your arms down and back behind you. Palms rest face up on your back. Head comes to or towards the floor. Inhale, come back up, sweeping the arms out and up, standing up on the knees. Exhale, folding forward, sweep back down again. We'll do 2 more like that. Go at your breath pace. The breath as the envelope of the movement. And after you do 2, inhale back up. And exhale the arms down. Great. Okay, come to lie on your back. And you're going to be having your your legs extended long and taking them out wide. So make sure you have space for that. You're not going to bump your legs into anything. But first, just bring your knees into your chest and place your hands behind your knees. When you're ready to take your next inhale, lengthen the legs long towards the ceiling, flex the feet and reach through the heels. So the arms will extend, so you're getting a nice stretch here, and then exhale, bend the knees and draw them in towards your chest. Relax the feet. Inhale again, take the legs long, stretch the backs of the legs. This is a nice counter pose to the work that we were just doing, standing. Inhale, lengthen the legs long, reach through the heels. Exhale, bend the knees and draw the knees in towards your chest. Inhale, lengthen the legs long, reach through the heels. Leave the legs long on your exhale, bring your hands to the insides of your knees. Inhale, open the legs wide, keeping them long and extended. Exhale, bring the legs together. Use a little resistance in the hands so they come back together slowly. Inhale, open the legs wide. Exhale, bring the legs back together slowly. Inhale, take the legs wide. Exhale, leave the legs wide and just soften the elbows and the knees slightly as you restabilize, and then inhale, arms and legs straighten, reaching through the heels. We're going to do that for 2 more breaths. So exhale to soften the elbows and the knees, draw the belly in. Inhale, lengthen. Feel the engagement. Exhale, soften the elbows and the knees. Inhale to lengthen. Reach and stretch. This exhale, draw the legs slowly together up towards the ceiling. Inhale here as you place your hands behind your knees, reach through the heels. Exhale, bend your knees and draw them back in towards your chest. Okay, keep the knees drawn in, take the arms wide. Take a nice big breath in. On your exhale, lower your knees over to the left. Keep them drawing towards your left elbow so the knees stay in close. Turn your head to the right. Inhale, bring the knees back to the center. Exhale, lower the knees over to the right elbow. The head turns left. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, the knees to the left, the head to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, the knees to the right and the head to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lower the knees over to the left, all the way to the floor if you can. The head turns right, and we're going to pause here for 3 breaths. If you need to, on your inhale to find space, you can come out of the twist slightly. And then exhale, let yourself relax back in. On your next inhale, draw your knees and head to the center. Exhale, lower the knees over to the right as the head turns left. Letting the knees and feet come to the floor if you can. On your next inhale, bring your knees back up to the center. Exhale, bring your feet down to the floor. Bring your arms into your sides. Place your hands under your hips with the palms facing down. Draw your knees into your chest. Inhale, lengthen your legs long towards the ceiling. Exhale, start to lower your legs towards the floor, lifting your head to follow your toes. Just as your feet get right to almost touching the floor, inhale and sit up. Okay, very nice. So we're going to do one more seated forward fold. So I'd like you to sit with your legs extended out in front of you, and if you need to, sit up on a blanket. If you tend to have a lot of stretching that happens in the back of your thighs or hamstrings when you do forward folding, just like we do when we are doing standing forward folds, bend your knees a little bit. Really helps. Right? And you can support under the knees with a blanket or a block, or you can just bend your knees. On your inhale, raise your arms up and over your head. Exhale, forward fold.
If you want to just use your upper body and leave your arms a little closer in, that's fine.
Inhale, reach the arms out, lifting the head and chest, and then press up using your hips and legs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms out, come back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms out, press into the sits bones, come all the way back up. Exhale, fold.
Relax the arms down by either sides of your legs. Don't hold on to the feet because you will pull. Let your head drop if you can. Sometimes that increases the stretch quite a bit. And just let yourself surrender into gravity here. If you can, rest your belly on your thighs. That's another reason that's helpful to bend the knees. As you're taking your next exhale, I would like you to very firmly engage that lower belly and press down through the sits bones so you'll feel your legs engage. Inhale, reach the arms out and lift yourself up. Exhale the arms down. Okay, come off of your blanket if you're sitting up on one and lower all the way down onto the floor. Keeping your knees bent and your feet on the floor. I'd like you to inhale here, feeling that lengthening of the spine. Feel the rib cage extend and see if you can notice towards the top of that inhale a flaring of the lower ribs or sensation like that. And as you exhale, start to engage that lower belly. See if you can keep that flaring and press into your feet and lift your hips and spine up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale fully here. Find that really nice spreading of the ribs. See if you can hold on to that. Begin in your exhale to engage the lower abdominals and then press into the feet and lift the hips and the spine up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower down. Again, drawing the belly in as you lower down. See if you can find one vertebra at a time. Pathway to lower the spine. Inhale here. Exhale, engage the abdominals, lifting, using the legs. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly roll the spine back down. Okay, just a few breaths of asana. So draw your knees in towards your chest. Place your hands on your knees with your fingers pointing towards your toes. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the elbows and draw both knees in. Inhale, lengthen the arms long. Exhale, draw the knees in. So do 4 more like that. Just going at your breath pace, bringing everything back to neutral, and then as you're finished,
Lower your feet to the floor, and then it's time for Shavasana. So extending your legs long, letting your arms relax open to your sides. Supporting yourself as you need to under your knees and under your head. Letting your weight drop into the floor. Closing your eyes. And we'll spend about 2 minutes here, and then I will bring us back together with a reading and a chant. If you want to stay longer, you can pause your recording. Make beautiful the way in. Clear the overgrowth from the gate, break free and oil the rusted hinges, and set about widening the narrowed path. Make beautiful the way in. Pull the tenacious weeds, dig out the invasive species, loosen the soil and turn the worms, and wear the scent of dirt as a rare essential oil. Make beautiful the way in. Trim back the bramble tentacles of roses. Let them tear your old skin. Just a little. A tattoo. A small rite of passage. Make beautiful the way in. Make space for things longing to bloom. Catch your breath with their beauty. Let them cause you to sit down and write poems. Make beautiful the way in. Peer beneath rocks. Scatter spiders and beetles. Be startled by handsome snakes. Dance and twirl and hum with the winged things. Make beautiful the way in. Prop up the drooping peonies, full of the damp weight of life. Pile the restless memories of plants in wheelbarrows and escort them graciously to the compost heap. Finally, sweep clean the porch steps, set right the statues and water the fountains, and then sit upon the sweet veranda of your heart, sip iced tea with mint, and dream your next dream. The Way In by Elisa Cobb. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaijakena yopakarotam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakrasi Paranam Sahasra Shirasam Shwetam Pranamami Patanjali Srimate Anantaya Nagarajaya Namo Namaha. Go ahead and begin to bring movement back into your physical body, wiggling your fingers and toes, circling your wrists and ankles, rocking your head from side to side. Take a few bigger movements, maybe raising your arms overhead and stretching between your fingertips and toes, fully waking up into your body again. When you're ready, take a moment to draw your knees into your chest and wrap your arms around your knees. Pause here, feeling that embrace and feeling gratitude that's just for you and all that you are and all of your big, beautiful breaths. And when you feel ready, roll over onto your side. Make your way up to seated. And I invite you to join me in closing the practice with the chant of Om. So keeping the eyes closed, sitting well, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Let's take one more full breath in. And exhaling out. And then we'll inhale in and Om. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well and healthy. May we feel peaceful and at ease. May we be happy and free. Shivamastu. Only good things. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Very much appreciate your joining me, and I hope you'll come back soon.